Isaiah Spiller, the newly drafted Isaiah Spiller out of Texas A&M. He was picked in the fourth round, pick 123 overall. Thoughts on Isaiah Spiller?
Isaiah Spiller is going to get his opportunities, right? Like he's going to be one of those guys kind of eating into a little bit of the groundwork. I don't see him jumping in as much on the receiving side. He's pretty raw as a at pass pro coming in, so I don't see him in a lot of obvious passing situations. But he could see some run in the goal line. He has his ball security is above average. I won't say it's elite, but his ball security is above average. He has some burst to him. He does run behind his pads. So uh, I think I'm not quite ready to label him a handcuff. But if you're in a super deep league, then I think you can kind of take a step back. It's a long season. It's going to be tough for any running back, as we saw last year, right, to play every single game. So, if you're in a super deep league, or if he's a guy that you want to kind of star or put a flag next to, whatever your league format is, and kind of pick him up maybe halfway through the season as some of the wear and tear starts to sink into these running backs. I think maybe that's where his value is. But right now, I'm not drafting him right now. Like I don't see the purpose in you know taking a guy in the 12th, even 13th round that has maybe upside. I'd rather take a shot at a young receiver who might have monstrous upside.
Well, that is a very different opinion than what I have of Isaiah Spiller, because he is a guy that I would take late in the draft and hope for, good things. Hope for, never hope for somebody to get hurt, but for hope for him to establish himself in that offense and fill in when needed. But I got to watch him a lot last year at A&M, and he's a very smooth runner, very smart runner, patient. And as you said, Kevin, he can run behind his pads. I mean, he was the whole reason why that team was competitive in a lot of their games, because their quarterback, obviously they had their quarterback that got hurt, and then the backup that they brought in, he only knew how to throw the ball 700 miles an hour, and so the passing game was not exactly a threat for A&M. So a lot of the success they had was based on the shoulders of Isaiah Spiller and their defense. But Isaiah Spiller, he was the reason why they were, competitive in a lot of their games, was because of the work that he was doing. But definitely somebody that I'm keeping my eye on when the draft starts to wind down.
As far as redraft, I'm just out on him. Unless I've got Austin Eckler and I'm drafting him as a late handcuff type of piece there, because I think that's the role that he will. If Austin Eckler goes down, I think you will see him step up in a big way with a big role. But the Chargers are one of, bottom three as far as number of plays run where they run the ball, right? They are a pass heavy team, and only 38% of the time do they actually run a run play on that one. So it's not like we've, even if this is an RBBC type of thing that we've seen out of this one, this is an RBBC that doesn't include a ton of groundwork and a ton of rush attempts on this one.